Hello everybody, welcome to this week's weekly sneaker news recap video where we're going to comb through some of the biggest stories from the past week, including how Nike have been going a little bit OTT with the marketing for the Bread 85s. Also had some pretty exciting retro announcements for next year, as well as some fresh looks at some brand new collabs coming out soon. So let's just get into it. Right, let's start things off by recapping this week's biggest sneaker releases. First and foremost, the Travis Scott Nike Zoom Field Jacks in the light chocolate colorway. These did sell out pretty much everywhere, although I have seen some people that managed to come up on doubles, selling their extra pairs for retail. Resale prices are pretty low. I'm not sure, this could be a hot take, but maybe these weren't as popular as they could have been had they featured the swoosh on the other way. I don't know, maybe that's a bit of an out there take. Also had the Fear of God's Athletics trainer in the night brown colorway. These also sold out on the confirmed websites. Seems like a lot of people have been feeling this sneaker, and I think I know what it is. I think it's because this sneaker isn't trying to be too much like a performance basketball sneaker. This is obviously a lifestyle inspired sneaker that's been made for the streets rather than the courts, and I feel like that fits into the whole Fear of God aesthetic design language way better. Also had the AirTech Challenge 2 in the Racer Pink, which I think are floating around out there in some sizes. And then you had the Nike Pegasus Premium, which sold out pretty much everywhere as well. All right, let's get into the news, starting off with the sneaker that is pretty much generating more hype than any Jordan we've seen in recent times. And I know I, as well as a lot of other content creators, can bear some responsibility for helping to drive that hype. But it's the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Bread colorway that's set to drop next month. Nike are basically doing the most when it comes to marketing this product. They've banned their social media accounts, they've banned certain products from the website, or at least blocked them out. They've been issuing citations on Nike HQ campus this week to staff that are wearing Air Jordan 1 highs. They're doing too much. And the reason I say that is because they're pushing a sneaker that not many people are going to be able to buy. Rumors are there's 10k pairs, and that is just a rumor that's come from Complex. On their podcast this week, they went on to say that that number is not confirmed, but Nike, according to them, have definitely said that they're going to be underserving demands. They want this to be a white glove type sneaker, which basically means they want this to be a very high-end, very coveted, very prestigious product. And all of this marketing is completely unnecessary because the sneaker sells itself. Now, there's been a lot of frustration out there in amongst the sneaker community because apart from the fact that everybody wants to get this sneaker anyway without all of this marketing furore, we're also seeing a lot of backdooring happening early. We're seeing a lot of your regular, normal, favorite resale platforms get a hold of multiple pairs early, well ahead of the release dates. And so between Nike driving up the demand with artificial scarcity, as well as their own retail partners backdooring these sneakers to resellers, it's just leaving large swathes of the sneaker fraternity feeling a little bit deflated. Now, given that it's such a big month in February for sneaker releases, I don't think that a lot of people are going to be that put out if they don't come up on these. Plus, if you really wanted a pair of Breads, you can always jump onto eBay or the used market and find a pair of 2016s for a decent price. Or if you really wanted that high 85 shape, you can get the reverse Breads for pretty much the retail price point that these are going for at $250 anyway. Earlier this week, UK-based sneaker page The Soul Supplier posted this somewhat provocative image and post, I want to say, where they're talking about Adidas finally toppling Jordan. And that was in relation to a specific sneaker release that's upcoming, the Adidas Samba Leopard Cream Orange, which according to their page has over 4,100 notifications set, which basically means people go onto their websites and they ask to be notified when the sneaker is coming out, and they compared that to the notifications that have been alerted for with regard to the Black Toe Jordan 1 highs, which are 3,500 notifications. So according to these data points, there's more people out there that are interested in this Samba than there are in the Black Toes. Now, I don't think it's fair to extrapolate from that the fact that Adidas are now more desirable than Jordans. I think it's pretty safe to say that the Soul Supplier have a pretty wide and broad audience of people that are interested in multiple different brands. And I think when it comes to this particular sneaker, there are going to be a lot more ladies or fashion MF types of people that are going to be interested in this sneaker coming out, as opposed to the general sneakerheads that are going to be interested in the Black Toe Jordan 1. So I don't think it's fair to take away from this that Adidas have toppled Jordan brands. I think it's more just a reflection of their own particular demographic that they appeal to. Right, so this is a pair of $7,500 Air Jordan 1s, and that is the retail price. These aren't some kind of hyped up samples or anything like that. This is the PSG Air Jordan 1 wings. These are limited to 23 units, and some of these pairs, as said, are going up to 7,500 euros actually, so probably a little bit more, like, I don't know, $8,500 US, just off the top of my head. And part of me was thinking maybe what they've done with this sneaker is they've just recycled the wings Jordan 1s that they couldn't sell last year. Do you guys remember that $1,000 Air Jordan 1 that was pretty much identical looking to these? Materials look absolutely fantastic, super high quality, but given this is a PSG collab, I'm not sure why they didn't go into a little bit more storytelling or a little bit more of the PSG brand's identity, maybe the home color kit as a base layer. This to me just seems a little bit lame. Right, so this story isn't strictly sneaker related, but it's kind of funny. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be able to relate to this story. Central C, who's a very popular rapper here from the UK that you guys over in the USA have probably been getting sick of, he came out and said that he feels partially responsible for putting people on to the Nike Tech fleece sweatsuit, and this has completely pissed off so many people from the USA who want to talk about Nike Techs having been valid and certified in the hood since day dot. And whilst that reaction is completely valid and justified, but I think what he's saying is that he's been part of this resurgence in the popularity of. We've had some pretty exciting sneaker retro announcements for 2026. One of them are these, the best, or one of the best Jordan 13s of all time, the He Got Games. These are supposedly set to release in the spring of next year, and bro, feast your eyes on the 2018 pair. Honestly, 13s get so disrespected in my opinion. Hot take, I think these are one of the best Jordans of all time. Top 5 model in my opinion. Actually low-key comfy. I know they're not to everyone's aesthetic taste, but I actually think as we get completely saturated with these lower numbered retros, and because they've run their course over the past few years, we're going to start to see a bit of a surge in popularity in the higher numbered Jordans. I'm talking 12s, 13s, 14s. We've already seen the 17s come back in a pretty hot way recently. I think the new era is upon us where the higher numbered retros are going to start to see a little bit more flexing in the streets. What do you guys think about that? In addition to these, we've heard that the Jordan 6 infrared are going to be returning as well next year. This was pretty inevitable. Here's my pair from 2019. The best Jordan 6, in my opinion, of all time. We don't have any early images or anything to go off. I was wondering whether or not they might choose to hit these with the reimagined treatment, because this is, you know, one of those models that really has that iconic status that would justify it being in amongst the reimagined. So let's just see what happens there. I wouldn't be surprised if these end up going down that route. And one of the best Jordan 5 retro colorways, the Wolf Grays, are set to be coming back in 2026 as well. And this is a 2011 release that a lot of people put right up there as one of the best non-OG colorways of the Air Jordan 5, and totally understandable. These are really clean. And we heard this week that Maniere are going to be teaming up with Jordan Brand this year for a holiday release, also featuring the Air Jordan 6. So we already know that we're getting the Jordan 3 diffused blue from Maniere, which will be their third Air Jordan 3. We also know we're going to be getting an Air Force 1 from Maniere. They've done a 5, they've done a 12, they've done a 1, they've done a 2. I mean, at this point, they're basically giving Maniere free reign over all of the retros. Currently, we don't have any first looks. We've just got some speculative mock-ups. There is a SKU out there, so this is a confirmed release. I will keep you guys updated when we get some more looks. But yeah, are you excited about an Maniere 6? The official release date for the Galaxy foams is set to be the 21st. If you guys wanted to have a look at some of what I think are the best upcoming releases for February, go ahead and check out the last video that I posted earlier on in the week, because these are right up there. This is going to be one of those sneakers that I think will be pretty hard to get. Haven't seen any stock numbers or anything like that, but yeah, February the 21st is the release date for these. And then just while we're updating release date info, it's February the 6th. I've been seeing that the Salehi Banbury New Balance 1500s are supposed to be dropping. I think I might have said in that previous February vid that the release date was a little bit different. So February the 6th is what I'm seeing for that release there. Been seeing some images of another Air Max 1 collaboration with Concepts. seen some images here that feature a couple of different colorways of an MX-1 that has a slightly different feature about it that you'll have probably noticed from the MX-93, which is the larger bubble which runs around the back. And then you've also got this other sneaky detail beneath the somewhat miniaturized swoosh on the mid panel, where you've got this other swoosh which starts off at the forefoot of the mudguard and then runs all the way, or not all the way, but most of the way along the mudguard. And this is supposed to mimic a shooting star or something. So I guess from a storytelling point of view, yeah, they're pretty cool. Bit of glow in the dark action. I'm not that crazy about them though. What do you guys think? Got a couple of Adidas collabs to talk about. We spoke a couple of weeks ago about the merger between Mercedes and Adidas, and so we've been waiting to see with anticipation what they would come up with. And here we have their first sneaker. This is a bright pink Superstar. Yeah, I don't know. The speculation I'm seeing here is that this colorway, as well as the release dates, have a connection in that it's a Miami colorway or something like that. So these are likely to come out in conjunction with the Miami Grand Prix. 140 retail price points. May the 1st is the release date, so I can't remember off the top of my head if that is the Miami Grand Prix date. But yeah, is this what you were expecting from the first Mercedes and Adidas collab? And if so, are you feeling these? We've had some updated looks at the next Bad Bunny collaboration with Adidas. You guys might remember this sneaker was first reported on last summer when Bad Bunny had these on foot. So technically we have seen these sneakers before, but now we're getting a really good look at them. And so from what I'm reading here, these are based off the Adidas Taekwondo, and then Bad Bunny has modified them, adding some suede overlays on the toe and the heel, some bungee cord shoelaces, as well as his signature detail where you get the size label on the back of the heel. I'm not really into them, but they do look like they would be pretty practical. They do look like they would be pretty comfortable, and these are currents. I could see some fashion MFs getting into these, and Bad Bunny with his recent album, he's popping off right now, so yeah, fair play. Comme des Garçons are back with some more Nikes. This time they're trying to bring back another dead model. I mean, these guys in Supreme are legends for working on slightly more obscure models, which is something they should be credited with rather than detracted for, I would say. This model is the Nike Air Rejuvenate. You guys might remember, and if you do, fair play, because I don't really. These look like half shoe, half wicker baskets. Apparently the shoe was brought out originally just before the Beijing Olympics. Kind of like a recovery shoe that the athletes were wearing before and after their events. Got a couple of colorways here, and whilst I can't see any specific release date information at the moment, you can be rest assured that these will probably cost at least $300 each. Right, speaking of Nike collabs, we've finally seen all of the Nike SB Dunk Supreme collabs in one picture with some good images. We've got all 5 of them here in the shot. This collection is supposedly set to release sometime in May. I can't see here which of the sneakers is supposed to be the most limited, or whether or not they're going to be coming out in the same type of quantities, but ranking them, let's just go through and quickly rank them. For me, the best colorway is the purple pair. I love that purple pair. It really reminds me of the Purple Pigeons, which is one of my favorite SBs. I think after the purples, I would probably go with the blue pair, and then this orangey pair, and then the black pair, and then the white pair. That's how I would rank them personally. So this is a sneaker I've been meaning to cover, but I keep on missing it or keep on forgetting to talk about it. This is the Nike SB Dunk Low CSEF collaboration, and that stands for the College Skateboarding Educational Foundation. The CSEF's mission is to offer financial assistance to skateboarders, ensuring that they have access to educational opportunities. They have scholarship funds. And this colorway is clean, predominantly white and black upper, but you've got some little pops of color on the outsole as well as around the heel collar. Release date around the spring or summer. Got another New Balance model to look forward to this year. These are the New Balance 2000 Absorbs, and from certain angles these almost look a little bit like a Nike Shock, but they obviously feature the New Balance patented Absorb technology. Has a little bit of 90-60 vibe about it as well. No release date information on these. This first colorway is this nice light blue colorway. They look clean, they look comfortable. They're obviously current with what's going on. No specific release date information, nor any pricing info, but New Balance are staying on top of it, I think, when it comes to bringing out these new models. Right, we've got some Reeboks to talk about. I know I don't talk about Reeboks enough at all, and that's understandable because I don't really get into Reeboks anymore. I did when I was a kid, but not so much anymore. But these are the Engine A, which is Reebok's first performance basketball sneaker in over a decade. And according to these images, I think these look really dope. These have been seen on WNBA players' feet as well as NBA players' feet. They've got the low top cut and they're 120 bucks. These are set to release on the 13th of February. So yeah, fair play to Reebok, man. This is the first really cool new basketball sneaker we've seen from Reebok in some time. And I think they're coming back with a bit of a bang. The OG Adidas Ultra Boost is returning for its 10-year anniversary on February the 11th. Can we just take a moment to remember 10 years ago in January 2015 when Kanye was seen walking down the streets in this absolute gym type attire with the leggings, with the shorts and the Ultra Boosts. This is how I used to pretty much dress from like 2015 to 2019. Just sports shoes, Ultra Boosts, leggings, just comfy, cozy, ready for the gym. This is like my favorite Kanye fit of all time. And these are coming back, I think for the third time now. These have already retroed before, but yeah, 10 years, man. How crazy time flies. Yeah. Almost out of nostalgia, would you be keen on getting a pair of these or a pair of Jordans from 2015? I think that's kind of an interesting debate. We've had another Air Jordan 11 announcements for the holiday season this past week, which, wow, it's kind of crazy. I mean, we've got the Gammas. There was also a rare Air pair. I think there was another colorway out there as well. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but now we have this one here, the coldest in the game, which is this icy blue colorway that is set to be dropping in the holiday season. I can see the Gammas sitting. I can see those rare airs maybe being popular. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are we getting too many 11s? Let me know. The one collection that we didn't talk about last week at Paris Fashion Week that I wanted to touch on this week, because there are some pretty cool sneakers that came out of it, is the collaboration between Bathing Ape, and Kid Super. But there are some pretty cool colorways of the Bapesta coming out, including this pair here, as well as these pairs here, set for a spring summertime release, I think. I've had some fresh looks at the Joe Freshgoods New Balance 992 collaboration. These are looking really good. The materials super nice. The release date is supposed to be on the 21st of February. There could be some discrepancy between the UK release as well as the USA release, but yeah, I'm liking these. Early prices out there on these are right around 450 quid. So I wouldn't imagine these would be a scandalously overpriced sneaker on the resale market, but you can guarantee these will inevitably sell out. The 992, really nice model. They do fit a little bit big. I think I'll be going for these. I like the look of these. And that is it for this week's sneaker news recap video. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video. Do me a favor and like the video before you bounce, and go ahead and give me a follow over on IG. Fast approaching 100K followers over there, so if you guys could help me get to that number, I really would appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care for now, and peace.